So this is a builder who jumped off a height and landed on a nail. Notice the sensations that you're feeling, how you might be feeling discomfort or pain or queasiness or whatever, just by looking at this image. Well, the patient was sedated with these really strong painkillers because of his pain, but then a miraculous cure took place, as is quoted in this article, in that they carefully removed the boot to find that the nail did not touch his skin. It basically went between two toes. Remember, the person's report of pain should be respected. But what does that say? What does that suggest?
Visual thing.
Yes, so this has to do with the potential threat of pain, or at least our perception of tissue damage. Versus this builder. Now, I'm not trained in radiography, but in general, I think that's probably not a good thing to have a nail in your skull. And this guy, also a builder, had that nail for 2 days there. He was basically using a nail gun, it backfired, and it went up into his mouth. Happened really quickly. 2 days later, he went to the dentist because he had some toothache and a bit of blurry vision also. And the dentist was a friend of his, so he thought the dentist was joking when he said, "Mate, you got a nail in your skull." And then, of course, we was taken to the hospital, and this is what the neurosurgeon said. This is the second one we've seen where the person didn't actually realize the nail had been embedded in their skull. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
It goes to show that we can have tissue damage and no pain, and we can also have no tissue damage and lots of pain. And that's because pain and nociception are different things. So nociception is received by the central nervous system, which is your brain and spinal cord, whereas pain is a feeling, it is a perception constructed in the brain and affected by many different factors. It is a construction of the brain. All pain is in your brain, basically, based on information coming from the body.